Hey, welcome back to the Holistic Speaker Training. I'm excited to share video number 10. It kind of ties back around the first section. Video number 1 said, hey, how do I overcome my fear of public speaking? Video number 10 is, what do I do about nervousness? Now those two are different. The fear of public speaking shows up as it's not letting me even book a talk or show up or engage in the speaking. Nervousness is, okay, I've booked the talk, I've showed up, I've outlined my talk, but now I'm feeling this intense energy and it's actually making me shake and I don't know what to do with it. Well, there are 3 things that you can do. 1, breath. 2 is affirmations. And 3 is the same thing we talked about in video number 1, and that is practice. My first public performance, my first public presentation, I was 18 years old. I had moved to Florida. I was still a high school dropout. I had had the opportunity to work at a resort on Captiva Island, and I was making a bunch of money, working a lot of hours. So for fun, I decided I'm going to go play this open mic in Fort Myers, Florida. And I went down there with my guitar, my first public performance of playing my own music. And I showed up, and the coffee shop was packed. I mean, it was just wall-to-wall people. And I walked through the door, and I heard, next up, Seth Braun. That's me. Okay, and I went up, and I took my guitar out, and it was just happened like that. And I remember sitting there on the stool, and I had my guitar, and I was so nervous. I remember there was a big Florida fan, these blades swinging around in front of the light. And each time one of these fan blades went in front of the light, it surprised me. And so I'm sitting there playing, and each time this very slow strobe effect happened, I would kind of flinch. And I remember being so nervous I could barely play, but somehow I managed to get the song out. And people just went crazy. It was an amazing experience. And that just goes to show you that even though you feel nervous, most of the time, people won't even know. And it also demonstrates that everybody feels nervous. You know, people think that I must either be an extrovert or I just don't feel nervous when I'm speaking. The opposite's actually true. I'm slightly more introverted than extroverted. I'm not an extreme introvert, but I'm on that side of the spectrum. But something happens in speaking that is going to be true for anyone who gets on stage. You have a tremendous amount of energy. Now you could call it nervousness, or you could call it the energy to do your best. And it's really about channeling that energy, using that energy, putting that energy into a purpose. So the first tool you want to use is breath. And it helps to have a practice in your life, either yoga or cardiovascular or weight training, anything where you're actively engaging your breath and your diaphragm. So you're used to moving energy through your body. This could even be Tai Chi or Qigong. But you want to be grounded in your body, have physical activity that helps you stay present in the body, so that when the energy comes up, you're used to working with it. The second one is affirmations. For a speaker, this is an essential part of your toolkit. Now we call it affirmative invocation, and it's a big feature in my book. In fact, we dedicate a whole chapter to this practice. Affirmative invocation is not about magical thinking or wishing things different than they were. It's about invoking aspects of yourself that are already true and then affirming them. I can do this. I believe in myself. I believe in my dreams. I can do this. I believe in myself. I believe in my dreams. One that I love to use to prepare for a speech is I now command the power of my subconscious mind to awaken in me the creativity, the resourcefulness, the energy, the integrity, the joy, the enthusiasm, the intellect, the verbal acuity, whatever it takes to bring value to this audience, to make this audience more important than my fear, more important than my embarrassment, more important than my weakness, to bring forth a message that's going to change their lives. So I'm using my words and I'm using my thoughts to get myself into a state in which I'm positioning myself to be of service. I'm bringing my best self forward to be of service. I'm affirming that. I'm invoking that. Because your mind's going to spin some kind of crazy shit when you're about to go on stage. It's going to be like, I don't know if I can do this. Oh, I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. So you might as well put in something in that tape loop that's empowering. You know, I'm passionate about this, and I write about these things, and this is a big part of what I do with my clients. I remember reading an article with Robert Downey Jr. regarding the success from his Iron Man movies. And the interviewer said, do you still think you are the most talented actor on the set? This is something that he had been known for in the past, being kind of arrogant. And he said, I have that tape loop that runs. I've trained myself to think in this way, that I'm the most talented person on the set. I'm the most energetic person. But I don't care if it's true. In fact, whether it's true or not is inconsequential. He said, but if you're a professional actor and it's your job to show up and bring it, you don't want to have insecurity or doubt getting in any way. So just eliminate that, get that off the table, and that's what number 2 does for you. Just get a tape loop going that says, I'm resourceful, I can do this, I'm going to bring my best, and if you believe in yourself, the audience is going to believe in you too, and that's a significant and important part of speaking. Number 3 is practice. This circles back to number 1 in the first video, how do I overcome fear? You overcome your fear by doing it. Likewise, you deal with nervousness by showing up again and again and bringing consciousness, bringing awareness, taking time to journal after your talks, using your breath to tune into your body. Get used to feeling nervous. Get used to channeling that energy, feeling that energy, getting grounded when you speak, putting your feet on the ground, and then bringing that energy forth to your audience as part of your enthusiasm. Because if you're nervous, it means you care. It means that it's important to you. It means that you're laying yourself on the line. It means that the stakes are high and the risks are real. And that's a good thing. So to recap, video number 10, we're talking about overcoming nervousness. The first tool is breath, having a practice not just before you go on stage, but in your life, connecting with your breath so your body is trained to use the breath and to get present. Number 2 is affirmations. Critically important that you put yourself in the right mindset before going out on stage. And practice. Video number 10 concludes the first portion of the holistic speaker training. This has been the top 10 questions that we've gotten over the last 5 years. The next portion of this training is going to introduce you to the questions you should be asking. This is where we're pulling back the curtain on the life of a professional speaker, things you wouldn't know to ask. We're really excited to share this with you. Stay tuned, watch for the next video tomorrow, open it up, take notes, and continue to use these principles that you're getting from us. I look forward to sharing number 11 with you then.